Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi here for PrincetonTrader.com with your Monday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, so there's some kind of a deal in Cyprus, and we've gone ahead and made new highs in the overnight. We've traded as high as 1560 half. What you're seeing there is a daily chart of the ES. And, I was mentioning last week, there's two ways to look at a chart. You can look at a chart for what it is, or you can look at a chart for what you really want it to be. And there was nothing happening late last week that was really bearish. You can see, and I'm going to zoom in here, the bears never put 2 days together. We got red, green, red, green, red, green. Never put 2 days together. And the bears allowed the bulls to establish the middle Bollinger Band, the 20-day simple moving average, as support once, twice, and then went down to test it again a third time. You add those factors together and you introduce the dip buyers to the scenario, you're going to get higher prices. Because, as I mentioned back when it happened, the bears' worst day in all of this, in everything that's happened since through the fiscal cliff, all the way back to when they were on the Rose Garden lawn at 1340 quarter, was last Monday morning after the big gap down on Cyprus. They gave back 24 handles. They gave it all back into the 50s. Once they did that, the dip buyers, who already had no fear, really, they don't have an ounce of concern in their minds. And some people would say, well, that means we're going to go down. Well, that hasn't worked yet, okay? And everybody that's been looking for an exhaustion top the last couple of months, we haven't got it. Up on the 58.75s, I didn't want them for a swing because, quite simply, we've been trying to put an exhaustion top in. We're not getting an exhaustion top. And now we're sitting at new highs. Now, if we zoom out, you can see that the Bollinger Bands are starting to curl down. But starting to curl down is one thing. Punching them, breaching those bands to the upside, getting some ticks, some fear, some blood in the street, some capitulation, which is what I think we need if we're going to have any kind of a meaningful top. This is going to have to be a real top. We've been trying to put in all these little false tops all the way up. But what you don't see here at any point in time along this line is a real, genuine punch through the upper band. You don't see a big breach. Okay? And I think we need that. And we haven't got it. Where does that happen? 72 to 76. And, we've traded as high as 60 half. We've backed off that. I am looking for a dip this morning. I was telling my subscribers last night. If we get a dip, a real nice place for a dip to stop and a real nice place to buy a dip today is at the 1640 right in the area of 1646.75 to 1647 half. You've got triple pivots there, the daily, the 3-day, and the 9-day. So 47 half to 46.75 should act as a support zone. If we get that deep of a dip and that area holds, you can get long with a stop underneath, and you can see what the bulls can do with the balance of the day. But right now I'm just taking a look because I don't want it here. I don't want 55s. And if you caught the 60 half on the short side, that's fantastic. Cover some, slide your stop down. But I usually at 8:30 in the morning when I do these, 9 o'clock in the morning, we're usually in no man's land, and that's where we are now. So 47 on the down. If we retest 60 half and fail, okay, then you can do a short there. But just be careful today. I know a lot of people want this thing to top out and pull back. I'm at the top of that list, but I'm just not. What I'm seeing here is a very textbook move down to the middle Bollinger Band and a bounce. And when that happens, we don't go up halfway through the bands and go down. If we do, that's really weak, and that would be great from a bearish perspective. But typically, far more typically, what we do is we go up and we breach these upper bands, and then we turn around and come back down. So that's what I see. It's not necessarily what I want, but it's what I see. Okay, everybody have a fantastic day. Mike Vacchi for PrincetonTrader.com. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade them well, everybody.